beach. So I camped here last night. A beautiful wee pitch next to the water. The water was raging the whole night because of the wind and the heavy rain. You can just see the rain spraying across the beach there. It's pretty wild. I've took shelter here behind this house. So this is going to be an interesting day. The forecast was meant to be better than yesterday because yesterday was all the crazy high winds. Today was meant to be a wee bit easier, but I'm hoping we're not going to get rained off. So join me and let's see where this journey takes us. Right, I've got everything waterproofed up. I've got my waterproof jacket on. I've got my waterproof cover around the bag, and I've got my waterproof cover over my camera. So let's head out to this beach. There's a wee sign there that says footpath this way. Don't quite know what that means, but this is the view I've got at the beach. Why don't I walk up that way and we'll just see what view we get from the top. And when it comes to footpath, it could be a wee bit generous, saying that right enough. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous, even in a miserable wet day like this. There we are, and that's the famous split rock over there. But what I was hoping to do was go that side of the bay, go over to those rocks and shoot that direction towards Split Rock, and then you'll get to see what I really mean. But I think first of all I'm going to take a couple of shots here because some really nice light in the clouds there. Okay, so we're just standing over the bay looking onto the beautiful turquoise blue sea. It's absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, the clouds in the sky are amazing, some really rich colours in them, complements the blue, the turquoise. I'm going to try and use a slow shutter speed as well and do a mix of fast and slow shutter speeds. And what I'll do is, if any of these work out, I'll share these images with you now. Moved out the beach because I'd be standing here all day. It's absolutely stunning at the moment. I'll catch you up at the bottom. Okay, so I'm now down at the bottom of the beach. Wave action. So I've already got a fast shutter speed set up because what I'm trying to do here is just freeze the waves. Now what I will do, I've got a mix of fast shutter speeds to capture the waves, get that leading line into the beach, into the sea. So if any of these images turn out, I'll share them with you now. Okay, so I'm now standing out of focus out of the camera because what I'm trying to do is stay as left as I possibly can, because I'm trying to get fast shutter speed action shots of the waves hitting those rocks, and I'm hoping for some pretty spectacular shots if possible because the sea is absolutely raging. I'll share these images with you now. to the other side, and there's split rock over there. So there's a wee stile that I've spotted that I can use to climb over. The rain's starting again, so let's try and get us a couple of shots. The rain coming in, it's wave after wave. The rain getting harder and harder to see, but that's our split rock there, and Clachtoll gives its name. Clach in Gaelic is rock, and toll is toll or split. So that's how Clachtoll is called Clachtoll, because of split rock. Absolutely cracking. Right, in this rain I'm going to see if I can get some shots where I can get some close-up shots of the split rock. I'm going to see if I can use some of these rocks as a leading line to get over to it, and when I'm finished I'll share these images with you now. Showing you where I am. So I've just come down to the rocks, and what I'm trying to do is get a shot, a split rock for a different angle, but I want all these rocks in the foreground. So I'm going to do a landscape shot, I'm going to do a panoramic shot, so I can use all the rocks as a leading line. And then what I think I'll do is I'll switch to the 70-200, and then that way I can get closer to split rock. So when I'm finished, I'll share all of these images with you now. Right, well I think we'll head over to the other side of the beach and we'll get down out of this wind as much as we possibly can. We'll head over to those rocks and see if we can get some shots using some of the rocks and the waves in the sea. Let's catch when we get to the bottom. Alright, so that's us down at the edge, and I've got some beautiful light coming through on the other side of the beach. Some of these waves coming in close up so you can see them. They are absolutely glorious. And I've got quite a nice wee light here right in front of me, just touching, it's just peeking through the cloud and just touching the top of the sea. It's absolutely beautiful and very therapeutic. Here comes another big wave. Oh wow, that's a beauty. So what I'll do is I'm going to take a mix of fast and slow shutter speeds, and when I'm finished I'll share these images with you now. Alright, so I climbed to the top of the hill above Clachtoll Beach, joined by the sheep who kind of slowly disappeared anyway. But what I'm planning to do here is take shots at a higher elevation of the whole beach. I'm going to incorporate a panoramic image, so that'll probably consist of 7 images that I'll stitch together. And then once I've finished, I'll share these images with you now. Alright, so we've arrived at Stoer Lighthouse. So what I'm going to do is just take a wee wander. I'll turn round and I'll share the lighthouse with you. And let's go and explore this area. The lighthouse is kind of automated. I think it was automated in 1986. As you can see, it's actually not that unlike the Mucking Lighthouse, to be honest, and the drive up was pretty similar. If I go over here, this is where all the wind, now we're not as exposed. Look at those rough seas. So my plan is if we can walk over there and then try and shoot back up towards the lighthouse if I possibly can. Let's go and give it a try. Pretty grotty walk, as you'd imagine, although it's probably been pretty brutal with the weather. I'm just waiting for one of these kind of paths that'll lead me over. And it's just, I'm going to walk down beside this bench just to see what the view's like, because it looks pretty fearsome from up high. No idea what it really looks like. Oh wow. Wow. That is pretty. Oh wow, there's a beach. Well, a rocky beach there. That is pretty wild. Oh, this might be quite nice, assuming that's the right place to be. Wow, that's impressive. So I want to go about there and then look back, so I've got a clear line up to the lighthouse. I think anyway. Let's go and see. I've taken a couple of these shots, as you can see, Strolvin, the mountain, and then the rest that could be stacked poly over there, and then the light is just cracking in the horizon. So I'm hoping that the image I took will do that justice. Alright, so I'm just walking along the ridge here because that's the kind of composition I'm looking for the lighthouse. But I'm going to have to go down here to the left hand side and on the ridge of that rock, and I'll stand there. I have to do this handheld because the wind keeps blowing this wee camera over. So I've come as close to the edge as I possibly feel safe, as you can see. I'm just holding my camera just so I can get that shot with these rocks as a leading line all the way up to the Stoer Lighthouse. So I'm hoping that could turn out to be quite a nice image. I don't want to go too far to the edge, although I'm kinda on the edge. But yeah, I won't do anything daft. I'll go take a landscape shot and then I'll take a portrait shot, and yeah, that could do it. Because the spray of the rain, either it's the spray of the rain or the spray of the waves. But any images I get here, I'll share them with you now. Alright, so the wind's getting up again. I feel myself getting pushed, and there's a lot of spray, a lot of water, there's a bit of rain. I've got all these waves crashing on the side of the rocks here. So I'm going to take some photographs, of fast shutter speed photographs of the waves smashing against the rock. I'll just hold this here so you can see the brutality of the waves. It's pretty impressive, to be honest. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to the van. I'm going to get my coffee and I'll share these images with you now. it's no problem. I'm just taking the water out of my flask, and then I'm just going to pour it in my cup. I only want to boil the amount that I need. I don't want to waste any water. In fact, that's finished anyway. And then what I'll do is I'll put that into my kettle. There we go. And turn that on. That needs to get switched on below to the AC. There we go. And there we have it. A working kettle. Right, that'll save me a lot of time. Right, I'm going to have a coffee. And I've got a sausage roll that I got the other day. So I'll have that. And then our next stop's going to be Clashnessie. So I'll join you when we arrive at Clashnessie. Alright, so that's us arrived at Clashnessie. I'm just going to walk along the road here. And as you can see, there's the beautiful beach here on the right hand side that I might come back to. When I come back, I might put the wide angle lens on actually and take shots of the beach. But what I'm going to do is walk up to the edge of the village here, because I want to get some shots of the falls. But I've put my big lens on because I know the forecasts in about half an hour time is going to absolutely chuck it. So I'm not going to walk up to the falls because it's a really long walk, even although it looks short. So I'll stand at the side of the road and I'll try and get some shots for a distance. We'll catch up soon. Alright, so as I walk up to the little bridge, there's a nice little burn flowing down. I can see the falls in the distance. So I'll get pitched up here, I'll use the burn as a leading line, and I'll share these images with you. Walking back to the beach, the wind is getting really strong and it's all over the place, and I can see the waves on the beach crashing. So let's get down and see if we can get some waves smashing against the rocks, and I'll share these images with you. Viewpoint. If I look outside, the light is absolutely amazing over there, so I'm going to take some photos. If I go outside, I know the wind's probably going to have a go at the mic, but let's give it a wee try. Alright, as we walk towards the Drumbeg viewpoint, we've got a really nice sunset emerging, which is a complete and utter surprise. But from the viewpoint you can see many of the 35 islands of the coastal parish of Draculis. You can see the prominent mountains as well of Ben Stack and Finhaven. So what I'll do is I'll take 2 or 3 images here. Any images I take, I'll share them with you now. Well, that viewpoint was well worth the trip. The light, the evening light is absolutely stunning. Right, I think I'm going to end the video here. So we've had a busy day with Clachtoll. We did Stoer, Lighthouse. We've done Clashnessie Falls, Clashnessie Beach, and now we're at Drumbeg Viewpoint. I hope we can make a video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because you know it's free. And if you press the bell notification, that'll let you know the next time I post a video. So thanks very much for watching, and here's to the next video.